Hey y'all, I got this $5 turkey. That's right, I said $5. I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna show you how to turn those pieces into a juicy, flavorful oven baked meal. Now, all I'm going to do is cut and clean. You're gonna see some of that little extra slimy parts. I'm gonna take that off, that extra fat. I'm going to take that off as well. Can y'all believe that? I said that. And I'm going to hold this turkey breast over because I'm actually going to be smoking that, and you'll see that on another recipe. And while that turkey is soaking, getting cleaned, I'm going to take some seasoning and make a little blend there. I actually doubled the seasoning because I'm going to use some of it on the turkey breast. And you can add it into a little bowl if you don't have any additional spice containers, and just blend it up really well. I'm using 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, and poultry seasoning. Of course, you're going to salt and pepper to taste, and just a little cayenne if you can stand it. And I only use a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. And after we finish blending that up or mixing that up, go ahead and put it aside because we're going to go back to the turkey. And you can get a nice container for you to marinate your meat in. Now this is going to be just a dry rub. I will be putting it into the refrigerator, and it's totally up to you for at least an hour if you can't do it longer or overnight. I have washed and now I am patting it dry. I'm just getting it ready for all that seasoning. There are only a few times of the year that you can actually get turkey for really cheap. I mean, cheaper than chicken. Those are the times of the year you want to stock up. Go ahead and throw it in your chest freezer. If you got an upright freezer, even better. Save you a little money and eat good. And now you can see I am just seasoning the turkey parts. I want you to cover it until you actually cannot see it any longer. Now I did put about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, but that's completely up to you. And I'm using my homemade broth in this, which was pretty flavored. So it just depends on if your broth has nice salt content. You can also not add any salt. That's up to you as well. But just make sure you cover it very well. Now just remember, whatever you do to the top, you got to do to the bottom, because that's the part that's going to be in that broth, and it's going to add some more flavor to it in addition to the vegetables that we're going to add. Now this is the time where you're just going to cover it up and let it sit in the fridge for a while. Once you have finished with letting it marinate, you're going to find a nice large size roasting pan if you have one, or a baking pan. I'm also going to be adding some butter. I know it's a butter ball, but I'm going to add some butter. I'm also going to add some orange bell peppers. And I like the orange, the yellow, and the red a little bit better than the green because they're a little bit sweeter and not as grassy tasting. And I also cut up some carrots, but guess what? I forgot to put them in, and it wasn't until I had finished that I discovered my carrots sitting all alone on the side. I'm also adding a celery, some cut up celery there. And I'm also going to add some onions as well. You know, the regular stuff that you would probably add with your roasted turkey, your roasted whole turkey, that is. And I am trying to get it as much as I can on the sides of it. You may also make a bed of the vegetables. You don't have to do what I'm doing and kind of filling up the empty spots. You can actually make a bed and just lay the parts on top. You might need a little bit more broth though to cover it, but that's perfectly fine. And now I'm going to add 3 large minced garlic cloves. And before I had 1 bell pepper. I had a mixture of a large sweet and yellow onion. And they're just roughly chopped. And I also used 1 stalk of celery. Here's where that butter comes back into play. I'm just going to dice up that butter and spread it around that pan. That butter is going to add some richness to that pan gravy. The wonderful thing about this recipe is it's like a deconstructed Thanksgiving meal, right? Or Thanksgiving turkey. Everything is done in a pan. But guess what? It's finished quicker than it would take for your whole turkey to cook. I'm adding about 3 to 4 cups of chicken broth, or you can use turkey broth, to that pan. Now this, of course, is the Shire sauce. I'm going to add a little bit of that in as well. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons right into the broth there. This is the chicken broth that I actually made homemade, and if you would like to see the video on that, it is a simple, tasty chicken broth that's full of flavor. This is where you have to be very careful because we don't want to wash away those seasonings off of the top of that those turkey parts, right? We want to keep the flavor on top. I'm actually going to be pouring, and sorry about that because it's in your view, but I'm going to be pouring it in between the turkey pieces there. Now I don't want to cover those turkey pieces, but I just want enough to at least be halfway there. And of course it depends on the poundage of the turkey that you use. After you've finished that, I'm just shaking that pan around just a little bit just to make sure it's filling up all those areas. I'm going to go ahead and just cover it really tight. We're going to put it in an oven for 350 degrees. It should take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to finish. And of course, in between that time, I'm going to baste the top with that wonderful broth there, just like you would if you had a whole turkey. You want to make sure that flavor is getting on top of it. And once you get close to the end time, you also want to make sure that you are tasting that broth to make sure it's salted, exactly salted and peppered to your taste. So your turkey is almost done. Now you have to make a choice. Are you going to have pan gravy, which of course is easier, or are you going to take out that broth and make your own gravy on top of the stove? I'm going to make just a light pan gravy. I'm going to use cornstarch for that. It just depends on how thick you want that pan gravy. I want mine a little on the lighter side, so I'm going with about a tablespoon to roughly a cup of broth. Remember, you can always thicken it up by doubling the recipe. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to 2 cups of that broth. Stir it around really well. Make like a little, slurry as they call it. And then pour it on back in that pan because now we're going to keep it uncovered. We're going to brown up the top of the turkey now. And also develop some of the flavor from that cornstarch. If you don't have cornstarch, you may use flour. It's no problem. Yes, it is finally done and out of the oven. Look at that. I'm going to tell you, this was finger licking good. KFC, that's my new slogan. It definitely was. It was so tender. I could make this every week. But look, once it's out the oven, I'm going to cover it and just let it sit for at least 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to, of course, baste a little top just to keep it nice and juicy. Isn't that beautiful? I tell you, I wish I had more room for those whole turkeys. Maybe you guys will let me come over and leave some extra turkeys for later. All right, y'all, that's my baked turkey. Juicy, flavorful, and it's perfect for a dinner any time of the year. And if you're looking for another budget-friendly meal, you're going to love my citrus garlic pork butt. Look, I can get that real easy for 99 cents a pound, and so can you. So go check that out. And thanks again for hanging out with me today. See you soon.